In pig farming, quantity does not always mean profitable. So if you want to make enough from your activities as a pig farmer on your farm, it doesn't mean you have to have hundreds of pigs on your farm or stack on the farm. You can produce 100 and yet not be profitable, or you will not be happy at the end of the sales process. But you see somebody with less or even 50 and the person is always happy on the farm because they are getting what they want. I'm saying this from what I've seen and I've also heard. This is what happens if you produce more than the people need or what the market needs. I know it's not common for you to be the only farmer producing pigs in your area. So in an attempt to maybe secure a larger portion of the market, you try to outsmart everybody by producing more. That one is doable and it's possible on your part to do. But after you have produced it, you get to realize that the market does not really need it that much, or the demand is not actually there like you envision it. So with that, what happens is anyone that comes, no matter the price they give it to you, because your animals are also stuck on the farm, they have nowhere to go, and you can't also consume them all by yourself. You are tempted to just give in to whatever price they give it to you. And that's why buyers will come and then they exploit you. You compare your farm to somebody's farm and you see that the person is making more than you, even though you might have the healthiest animals on your farm. But it's because you are not able to produce, you are not able to sell because of the quantity or the number of pigs you have on your farm. You get what I mean? Yeah, so in my case like this, I do something I call a controlled production. There are instances in my farming operations where I slow down breeding. I don't breed the females or the pigs. I slow them down. Or even if I want to breed only one, about four sows will come on heat and I breed only one. The trade will be allowed to pass. But it's also coming to a time that four will come on heat at the same time and I'll cross all the four, very aggressive. You get it? But it is also a way like I'm controlling the production, such that if even the people don't come to buy from me, I can still feed the animals till even if they are to die on their own. So if your focus just on increasing your farm size, making it big and producing all the time, I know people farmers, some of them, even if they'll get like every week a pig on their farm shofaro, which is very bad. You have to time your production. Know that at this point, the people I'm supplying to, they will be in need of this number of pigs. So if I have more than this, it means the surplus will be a headache to me. So let me cut it down and slow and come back. And you also know that if I produce at this rate and to meet this time, it means I will meet the demand. People will be in need of this animal, so I can quickly and easily sell it to them at the price I want, or at a suitable price for the two parties. But once you ignore this and just go start with your activities and you are producing, breeding, you have animals are far away, to get to a time that you'll be overwhelmed, especially when the number exceeds your feeding capacity that you can't fend for all the pigs you have on the farm. That is why you see pig farmers gifting the animals to buyers. Don't let the buyers make more than you. You're all in for the business, so let them make a little profit. You also make some profit from what you're doing. But for them to extort you to the extent of them making like 3-4 times of what you are getting as profit, it's very bad. So try and control your production when you're doing it. Quantity is not always about quantity does not always lead to profitability. Another great mistake I've seen pig farmers make is that whenever their pigs are ready for the market and somebody comes to say, I want to buy this pig, they will agree with the person on a particular price. Maybe I'm selling this pig, so we meet at 6,000 Ghana cedis as the price for the pig. Meanwhile, the person has not paid, or the buyer has not yet given any money, or even made any down payment. He just said it with a mouth, and the pig farmer concludes that that pig is already sold. So anytime another buyer comes to the farm, they say, oh no, this pig has been bought, this has been bought. So you see that as the time gets closer, the buyer who came to price the animal at 6,000, if the person tried to shake a bit or try to not buy from you or avoid that particular pig, you see that now you have also sacked your potential customers, or somebody who wanted to buy the pig. You have sacked the person and you have lost the person. Now you are forced to allow the pig to stay on your farm in case the one who came to price them didn't show up for the animal. And in that case, that even if they come back, now that you have sacked all your customers, the one who came to price the animal at 6,000, if he comes back and you have seen that the time of demand has already passed, you said they will come in with a new price. That no, you have to reduce it. I went and discussed with my people and they said it's too expensive, so come down a bit. And at this point, you are desperate to now sell your animal, so you can do nothing about it. You look at it, you have supported the people who came to buy, so you consider, and then you might even come down below what you were expecting to get from the animal. So what I do with this kind of a practice on my farm is I don't care how loyal you are to my farm or my business. Once you come to price the animal, I'll tell you, we have agreed on this price. You get it? You say, right, I'm okay. So this is the issue. You have priced it. You have not paid the amount. You have not paid the full amount. Even if I've made down payment, or if I've paid 30% or 40% of it, and we'll add it up when you come back to take the animal, still you have not paid for the entire animal. So anybody who comes or shows up or shows interest in the pig, I will say to the pig. So always ensure the people come to price my animals that you have finished with this the selling process, but the pig is still not yours. I am still allowed to sell it to another person who will have the money at hand. Because if you don't do that, and you always believe that people come, some come to do window shopping, just window shopping. People come to do window shopping on your farm. They come and ask you questions and price your animal just to get to know the prices of your animal, and then go and compare it to maybe some are even farmers themselves. They just come and then compare your prices and leave, and then they'll go there and know what to do with this. They won't even show up again. And that is how they allow you to have your animals overstay on the farm and then eating much into your profit, and then to even exceed the selling capacity. Okay, if maybe the place you're located, the people there love pigs that time between 70, 80, and now you have been able to raise this pig to 150. Somebody came to price, they didn't buy it, and you are forced to raise it for extra maybe 2-3 months, taking the weight to maybe 200, 230. The people cannot buy it. It will be very, very hard for you to sell that big pig on your farm, and you might end up gifting it to somebody, like I just said. So make sure you have something where you say control production. Don't be deceived by the quantity. If you have a lot of pigs on your farm, like it looks great. It looks fulfilling to have more pigs on your farm, especially when they are fed well. But you should also look at the money aspect of it. Know that you are there for business and not just to wait for fun or hobby. So know that these pigs I have, I can sell them all. If I decide to sell them today, I can sell them all off the farm. In business, you might ask, is it right to walk away from a customer in the bargaining process or negotiation process? If I should put pig farming, for instance, I would say sometimes it is right to walk away from the toxic customers or potential customers, especially when these people are also pig farmers themselves, and then they come to buy from you and they give you some silly prices or do things you don't like. You can decide to walk away from them. I've done it several times on my farm. I walk away from customers. If what I'm saying you don't want to listen to it and you still insist on yours because you're also a pig farmer somewhere, I wouldn't listen to you. And this is why I don't listen to them, and I will try to walk away from these people. A pig farmer once came to me that he needed pig to go and replace the breed he has on his farm. His pigs, when they grow, they are always looking short and stout. So he can see that mine are always long, and then they also raise higher a bit. So he wants that kind of a breed to mix with his. So he came and I priced the animal. This is it. There you have the price. Let me hear what you also have to say. This farmer didn't say anything reasonable to me, but he just started attacking my pricing straight away. No, 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 you shouldn't price pick that way. I hear it's a village. Why should you? I look at him. Initially, I tried to be patient with him by taking him through what I feed, even though I'm in the village. I buy what people in the city buy for the animals. I took him to the stages a bit, but I realized that he was still insisting. And I asked him what is his basis for all that he's saying. And then he was like, he just finished selling all his pigs on the farm. None of his pigs cost half of what I was expecting from what I was selling to him. And I said, okay, well, so that means you are those who are trying to, craft a good name in the nature of affordability in your area. Fine, you want to know for supplying affordable pigs, right, at your own expense. You sell the pig, you raise the pig for maybe 1 year. Because based on what he was saying, he was not buying any expensive feed for those animals, but grasses and these local things. So meaning before you even sell, the animal should be more than 1 year on the farm. So that's okay. It means you people are those who make good names for yourself in the name of getting people to like you because your farms and your animals are affordable. Much, much affordable. I don't do that. I make sure it covers my pricing, covers my cost of production. And then even if it will affect me, it should affect me in the profit aspect, but not the capital I invested in a particular pig. So that is basically how I price my animals. So he still insisted. He sold this number of pigs to the person, and I said, Charlie, I beg, it's too early and I have a lot to do. So if you're not ready, I beg, I'm just going to have other things to do because I have people in the mail waiting for me to mail their products for them. So I'm going to the mailing center, and if I start this machine until I'm done, maybe 2 hours, I'm not coming out. So it's either you accept it or you just walk away from this farm and go somewhere you think you get it very affordable. and looked at me, bro, do something about the pricing. I said, no, I'm not doing anything about the pricing. Even if you had started like I should do something about it initially, fine. I would have said maybe let me take 20 cities off for you. But you just started attacking my pricing, comparing it to how you sell yours, knowing very well that how you feed yours is not how I feed mine. And even the building, the difference between our buildings, okay, is completely different altogether. You can see a massive difference between the two buildings. You find it hard to clean your pen. I am able to clean my pen, scrub it, and get every debris off the floor. But you're not able to do that due to the nature of how you flawed your pen. So you can't just compare everything like that. I've put in a lot of effort into these animals. As you see them here, you see them looking nice and you want to buy them. No, there's no way I'm going to just accept any price at all. So this is what you do. So from there, I just closed the door, lock it, and I left the farm, leaving him just there. And then later he came to join me in the mill, and I told him that he was leaving for his community. So bye bye, we shall meet maybe somewhere. And I never heard from this fake farmer again. And I don't also want to make him a customer because I can't give a pig to you at my own expense for you to go and be making good name for yourself that you are producing the most affordable pigs. And you know what happened? This farm collapsed because we couldn't get affordable pigs to buy to start all over again. So his farm collapsed because he was not also willing to buy the pigs at that price. And I told him, this is what you do, and then you come to the business 1 2 years, you just shut it down and then you leave, telling people that it's not profitable. It's very, very profitable, but it depends on how you are going about your business operations. You don't take records of what you're doing. So even if you run at a loss, you don't see it. The moment you see it, the business is at the verge of collapsing, and that is where you find it hard to recover from this collapse. But for me, I track it from the very first day. If you ask me how much I put into raising just a single animal, I can tell you this is how much I spent on this animal, and this is how much I'm expecting to get from this animal. I'll tell you everything about it. But you might not be able to do that. So you can't just be comparing it. And fortunately, that particular year too, most of the pig farms lost their pigs. So the few people who had pigs on their farms were now making the massive sales at that point. And it was like a cocoa season for the pig farmers over there. So if the customer is being stubborn, don't hesitate to walk away from them. Let them know that they are not speaking what you want to hear. That is, find your ideal customer. Don't try to make everybody your customer on your farm. I beg. If you do that, you always look desperate. Even a person might come to just to make fun of you, but you'll be insisting to make him your customer. You struggle, it will not work. Let them go and then get people who are interested in your product.